Hello, my queen bosses and kings out there. So as always, before we get started about discussing anything, I have to give you a round of applause. So thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to listen to Queen Boss Podcast. I miss you guys so much, and I hope that you miss me too. It has been quite some time since the last time I recorded a podcast and I talked to you all and shared some things with you. And time just honestly slipped away. I did not mean to get this far into 2020 before doing a podcast. But that's neither here nor there. And now that we are here, it is time to make the best of this moment. And I promise I am not going to be before you long. I have a few quick things that I want to talk about with you all and get your feedback on, and some suggestions and tips and any ideas from you all about what is going on in the world. So before we start talking about tonight's topic, which is the first quarter of 2020. So today is March 31st, 2020, and it is the last Tuesday of the first quarter of 2020. April 1st is tomorrow. We are already moving into the second quarter of 2020. And there has been so much that has happened within these 3 months that I feel like we are in the third quarter of 2020. But before we talk about all that, as always, I have to give you a definition, a word of the day. And today's word of the day is shift. What does that mean? Verb used without object, to move from one place, position, direction, etc. to another. To manage to get along or succeed by oneself. So ladies and gentlemen, queen bosses and kings, if you have not noticed yet, the world is in a shift. Not only is the world in a shift, but our lives are in a shift. And this isn't a shift that we ultimately manifested through our journals and our dreams and our meditation and our rituals. This is a shift that kind of just happened, right? We went to sleep, we woke up, and everybody's lives were totally different. Everybody's lives were totally different and affected by this shift that we are going through right now at this very moment. So those of you who are listening to this podcast, for those of you who understand what is going on in the world today, we all are aware of coronavirus, COVID-19, Rona, Miss Rona, whatever you want to refer to her as, but this disease. And let's just take a moment of silence for those who have not survived the COVID virus, for those that have transcended and passed away, helping others or catching the disease by being around others, or however they may have caught it, it doesn't matter. Let's just take a moment of silence for those people. Okay, thank you all. So in any survivors that are thriving and doing well and healthy, shouts out to you for surviving this experience, this virus. I pray that your strength will continue to increase, and every day will just be better and better and better. So COVID-19 is a disease that affects your immune system. So for people who have weak immune systems, they are at most risk of being affected by this disease, and that includes elderly people, people that have had any type of major surgeries, asthma, even young people. So there's really no age limit. There's really no color on this disease. It basically overall has everything to do with your immune system. And that theoretically stems back to your diet and your eating habit and what you're putting into your body. But before we go into all of that, and that was not even one of the topics on today's podcast, I just want to talk to you about how you're feeling, what you're doing, what you're going through. A lot of people have been affected in so many different ways, from catching the virus to losing jobs to finances being disrupted, travel plans, businesses. Everybody has been affected by this virus in some way or another, and I know that I have too. So, for most of you, like myself, I had big hopes for 2020, right? I ended 2019 excited, ready for 2020 vision, right? That's all we've been screaming, 2020 vision. My eyes are open, laser focus, all of this, right? And it's going great for me. I'm not sure about anybody else, but 2020 is looking promising. I started a new business venture. It's going amazing. I'm calculating the funds. I'm making plans. By this time next year, my whole life is completely changed on so many levels. And I'm so excited about the future. And I'm so excited about how things going. And I'm feeling like, yes, God, thank you. Thank you. You really are showing out in 2020. You're really doing all those things that you said you were going to do. You're really giving me the desires of my heart. And all of a sudden, coronavirus came and changed all of that. It changed all of that. I feel like at the start of this first quarter, I was up 12 points and my opponent was down 0. It was a for sure killer in the first quarter and the first few minutes of this first quarter. And then as we slowly started to approach the last 2 minutes of the first quarter, my opponent from out of nowhere came and struck me, knocked the ball out of my hand, and got the touchdown. That is how I feel. And if you feel that same way, type in the comment, let me know. Can you relate? But the good thing about all of this is that this is just the beginning, right? It's just the beginning of 2020. We're in the first quarter. We have 3 more quarters to make up for. So there's still time to accomplish your goals. There's still time to complete everything that you set out to do in 2020. There's still time to restructure your life. There's still time to go after what you want. There's still time to accomplish and start that business and finish school and travel and do all those things that you plan to do. And just because it's delayed right now doesn't mean that it's denied. So we are on a national lockdown until April 1st, 2020, April 30th, 2020. Excuse me, we're on a lockdown. And that lockdown basically enforces that anyone who is not an essential worker, that includes police officers, nurses, doctors, rescue, grocery store, fast food people, etc., right? You're ordered to stay at home. If you are in a business or work at a job, most of them are providing work from home opportunity. Kids are out of school. They're doing virtual learning at home. So everybody is pretty much in their homes at this time. There's also a curfew as well. And most places are closing around 8 or 9 p.m. Anyway, But the world is just basically shutting down. There's also a social distancing rule within 6 feet of someone. So at this point, there's really no physical interaction outside of the people that you live with, right? So if you have a business that depends on customers, foot traffic, customer interaction, right now those businesses are either struggling to keep up their revenue, or they are enforcing their what's the word that I'm looking for? Sorry, y'all. The word that I'm looking for. They are enforcing a virtual platform. So an online shopping experience or a way to do business online. And that seems to be the way that the world is actually shifting towards, especially since you really aren't able to see people to physically exchange a product or service. So for people that have online companies or online businesses or do business virtually through Zoom or Skype, and conference calls and things of that nature, who are already thriving in that space, they're pretty much not affected, right? So this is the time for everyone to kind of restructure, reevaluate how you do business, what's the best and efficient way to do business so that you're still able to thrive in situations like this. And then another great thing to reevaluate if you're starting a business or considering getting into any type of service industry, to make sure that the business that you start is an essential business so that you're still able to operate during a time like this and generate revenue. So first quarter, we're down to the last minutes. We're starting our second quarter tomorrow on April the 1st. And I have decided, just like this first quarter when I started off strong, that I'm going to start off strong in the second quarter as well and continue going strong, because we all know that all things work together for the good. And we know that his thoughts and his plans are not our plans. And just because it's looking like there's not a light at the end of the tunnel, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. And I still believe, and I still speak, and I still know that I am going to end 2020 accomplishing everything that I set out to accomplish. And I know that in these next remaining quarters, I am going to accomplish and overcome some things. And I am starting on tomorrow. I'm actually starting tonight implementing an adult bedtime, which is actually coming near soon. So I'm going to be ending this broadcast very shortly. I'm going to just let you know what I'm going to be doing for the next 30 days. And if you would like to join me, I would love to have you join me. So the first thing that I have decided to do is to get back into reading, reread some powerful books that I've read in the past. I used to be one of those persons that always made sure that I completed at least 1 or 2 books a year, and I have definitely fallen away from that personal goal. So it's time to get back into that and push myself even more. So my goal is to reread a few books. The first one is The 48 Laws of Power, The Art of Seduction, The Alchemist, The Fifth Agreement, The Four Agreements, The Magic Path of Intuition. So those are my readings for the month of April and these next 30 days that we are quarantined and social distancing. I figured that I would read 1 to 2 chapters of the 48 Laws of Power each day, since that's kind of like 48 laws for 48 days. So I want to go ahead and complete, complete the 48 laws within that time, and also read something else as well. I may actually read The Alchemist. It's a very short book. I know that I can probably read that in a couple of days. as well as the 4 agreements. So I think I'll start with, no, actually the Magic Path of Intuition is fairly short. So I'll probably read that one next and then start with the 4 agreements. And the Art of Seduction will be the last one. And I think that's a great plan. So in addition to reading, I will be doing some type of workout, at least an hour, at least 30 minutes a day, 7 a.m. or 7 p.m. or twice a day if I'm feeling very, very motivated. I am going to find workout videos on YouTube. I have a yoga mat. I also have a hill in my backyard that I'm going to utilize. I have some bricks around here that I can pick up and use as weights. So just using what I have to my advantage. I will also be journaling and meditating. I have a journal for my meditations, my manifestations, which it has Jeremiah 29:11 on it. I love this journal. It is just exactly what I need. So I will be writing in that journal, and then I have a 2020 journal and planner as well. I have another planner that I wrote down some monthly goals for each of my businesses and what I would like for them to produce. So we'll have to go back and revisit that due to these changes. And then my good friend Katia Barber has a journal called 20 Things Life Has Taught Me, a motivational guided journal. So I will also be using this journal for the first 20 days. I think each day for the first 20 days I'll focus on one topic in here. So that is what I will be doing. I would love for you to join me. Follow me on Instagram, Shamara, SHAMARAELLE. Also follow my vegan page. Vegan is the new green, the number 1. I am signing off, family. I love you all. I hope that you are staying safe. I hope that you are taking extra precautionary measures to sanitize yourself, and hygiene is like A1. As well as boosting your immune system by taking your herbs and your supplements and your vitamins, detoxing your body, eating healthy, eliminating junk food, and a lot of mucus-causing food. Okay, so this is the time for us to tap into our best self, to learn more about ourselves, to work on ourselves, and just focus on ourselves, and come out of this better, wiser, stronger, and arise from the ashes. So send me a message on Instagram. Follow us on Instagram. Make sure you like and subscribe to our podcast. Tell a friend to tell a friend. We will be sure to be back here on a more consistent basis. Another one of our goals that we are working on for the month of April. So until next time, stay safe, stay clean, boost your immune system, and know that this too will pass. We will get through this, and we will overcome. Stay positive. Know that all things work together for the good. It does get greater later, right? And sun does come in the morning. The sun does come in the morning. So good night, family. I love you all. Have a good night. I will catch up with you all soon. Again, stay safe.